Okay, so the Celtics are up 3-0 on the Nets. Where do I even start? I could start with KD, I guess. I mean, he had 16 points. Kyrie had 16 points as well. Kyrie took a lot of shots. Durant. There were stretches of this game where he just kind of wasn't around, you know? The Nets did run a few more actions for him. I don't think they were like Warriors-esque pin downs, but there were some subtle times of him screening for guys on the baseline, and the intention was to get a mismatch, but it's just tough to find mismatches on the Celtics team. Plus, the Celtics switch so much off ball that it just seemed like KD wasn't able to get free much. Now, this is not me excusing Durant at all. I mean, defenses lock in on the best guy. There were at least like one or two plays I remember with KD screening for Kyrie on the ball, and that was a switch as well. But, I mean, KD was just indecisive a lot of the time. You know, there were some times they had him in the high post, and, you know, Tatum's just reaching in and getting the ball before KD can even catch it, or then the doubles coming. And, yeah, I mean, Bruce Brown capitalized huge off of a lot of those doubles, but if Bruce Brown is your one guy who's, like, really rolling on offense, it's just going to be tough to overcome that, you know? There was that one play where the Nets had KD at the top of the key with most of his teammates along the baseline, and he had a lot of space, and I think it turned into an ISO with him scoring at the rim. And then there was the play right after where they again had him in the middle of the floor, guys really far away from him. It led to a Patty Mills corner three on some baseline action. So there were little opportunities here and there for the Nets to like create something on offense besides just Bruce Brown bailing them out with cuts and offensive rebounds and stuff. But between Tatum, Jalen, Grant, Horford, Tice, Smart, there's no easy options there against this defense, you know? Now, you'd think that KD could be the one guy to just make the shots over him anyway, but, well, we saw what happened in game 1 or 2 with a lot of the shots, except for going at Daniel Tice on screens. There was a little success there. Anyway, for the Celtics, I mean, as a Celtics fan, if I haven't made that obvious enough, the process that this team has gone through from being like way too many ISOs, too much of mismatch hunting, even if Jalen had a string of ISOs in this game in the fourth quarter that were very successful, to just so much more passing. And I mean, I'm not going to remember every single pass in this one, but I mean, Horford's first three of the game, it was Tatum screening for Jalen, roll to the rim, Horford open in the corner, love that. Tice and Pritchard screened for Tatum at one point in the game. That led to a wide open Pritchard three. That was like in the second quarter that I remember, because the Nets just didn't know what to do with two guys screening for Tatum at the same time. There was that one great pass Jalen had where he was like right hand line drive, and then he throws like this pass where his arm is like behind the backboard, perfect bounce pass to Marcus on the other wing. Early in the game, when the Nets came out in that zone, Horford relocated to the free throw line, got it, and then he threw a great bounce pass to Grant Williams, who was open underneath the rim. There was that touchdown pass from Derek White to Jason Tatum. Among those ISOs that Jalen had late, where he was hitting step backs over Blake Griffin, and he had that pull-up over Patty Mills. There was also one where he beat Blake, and then he got it to Tatum for a catch and shoot in the corner. The growth of this team, man, and how quickly it happened. I mean, look, this is round one. There's a lot more to go here, but this is the most fun I've had watching the Celtics in a minute. I also want to highlight one more play where Jalen set a down screen for Tatum on the left wing, and then both Nets went to Tatum, so Jalen got a wide open backdoor cut. It's just things that I could have only imagined of earlier in this season. It's just happening every play, it seems like at this point. Is it worth doing an adjustments thing moving forward for each team? I mean, it's a 3-0 series now. Ben Simmons is going to play in Game 4 in some capacity for some amount of minutes, so there's that. We'll see if the Nets are even really up for Game 4. I mean, the Raptors were clearly like, we are not getting swept on our home floor. We'll see if the Nets come out with that mentality. I don't know. The physical Celtics defense, it's not going anywhere. But for the sake of it, the series is not over, so I will say, taking the few plays where KD had a lot of space around him, like again, that one play where I think it was just a 1-4, where 4 dudes on the baseline. Now the Celtics could then say, well, we'll put somebody up on the free throw line and we'll dare you to try to throw a pass into like 3 guys defending 4 guys, basically. But there was something there that the Nets have been searching for throughout this series. So there's that. There could also be the idea of off-ball sets for KD, but again, they're going to switch everything on him, so Good luck there going at Tice on screens, because there are times when he's a little slower to get up on him, but the series is 3-0. Is Ben Simmons going to change everything? We shall see, but I'm feeling good.